Hey guys, what's going on? It's Zoko and I, along with many of you, am starting the journey into the world of Cyberpunk. And despite the fairly steady presence of bugs, I'm thoroughly enjoying the experience. Now, I've found most of the gameplay and mechanics to be intuitive so far, but for some reason the hacking in this game has confused me initially. Now that I figured it out, I am kicking myself quite a bit because it's pretty easy. But putting aside my damaged ego, I figured I would make a quick video to help out others having a hard time as well. So, if you want to keep up to date with all things Cyberpunk, make sure to subscribe down below. I'm going to be covering a whole lot. Let's dive right in. Now, you may run into a few instances with hacking prior to this, I know I did. However, I was able to get past them without really any understanding of what I was doing. But in the mission The Gift, it was the first one where I found you had to accomplish the hacking puzzle with the understanding of how it works. So in this mission, after you meet up with the vendor and pick your ping quick hack, you will use it on a security camera nearby, which will end up pointing you to a security panel on the wall. Jacking into this brings up this minigame that looks confusing at first, but once you understand what you're looking at, the puzzle immediately becomes easier to see, and that goes for any puzzle, I guess, but whatever. So entering the game, there are basically 4 important pieces of information you need to understand right from the get-go: the time, the code matrix, your sequence, and buffer. Now your goal is to get the sequence in order into the buffer. So when I first started doing this part, I was hitting 1C on the matrix without really thinking about what was happening. I just figured first number in the sequence, it's right here, why not? You see, you pick a horizontal hex number, and then you have to choose a vertical number from the column that you chose the horizontal number from, right? So if I chose 1C, then I would have to use one of these. If I chose 55, I would have to use one of these. And because the 55 wasn't in this column, I was kind of setting myself up for failure. So you can start to see how it becomes important to plan ahead. And obviously it's going to get way more complicated in the future. This is only a 2-sequence puzzle, so obviously it's very, very simple. But early on, this is what I didn't understand at first, and so I'm just trying to help everyone out by explaining it. And again, once you understand that, these puzzles become much simpler, and I'm sure there will be many that have multiple solutions. So for example, I found a couple ways to complete this particular puzzle. There's actually a way to complete it if I ended up choosing 1C. I can then come down here, choose BD, 1C, and then 55. Then basically it solves off of these last two. How I did it initially was I did E9. It can come down here to 1C and then 55. So, I mean, again, you're going to have a couple different options to go about completing this. But that is pretty much the basics of hacking in this game for the most part. I hope you guys found this quick tutorial helpful. If you did, again, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be covering a whole lot of Cyberpunk these coming weeks, so it will be a great way for you to stay up to date. Until next time.